up, I probably lived in over 25 different places, not through the military, just random reasons growing up. Our family did have a lot of issues within our family. My brother from a young age had severe mental health issues and was constantly getting in trouble at school. So I was kind of like the golden child, not really much focus on me, to be honest. A lot of the attention went to my brother because he needed the attention. At a young age, there was some trauma that happened, and it led me to living with my grandmother and my brother staying with my parents. So we had a separate family for a couple years, which brought me really close with my grandmother. But again, there wasn't really awareness on mental health back then, at least not as much as it is now. So they didn't really know what was wrong with my brother. They just thought he was just acting out. As time goes on and I get into high school, me and my brother are now living back under the same household, but there's a big separation between us. So I didn't really know much what was going on with his life. I was his older sister. I am his older sister, and I heard that he started getting into drugs. So it was, smoking weed, and smoking weed is the gateway drug or whatever. For him, that is true. So as time goes on, my brother did get into more heavy drugs, and his mental illness became worse. Again, there was so much attention on him, I never really noticed my own self kind of struggling as well. So I just kind of went about my life. I was always very motivated, very driven, but I did have times of feeling severely down and very hard on myself. And it was much more extreme than I noticed my friends. For instance, when we're watching a sad movie, my friends would just watch the movie where I would be severely in the back of the room crying my eyes out, and they're all like, why is she crying so much? I would be crying over an Apple commercial sometimes, So I've always just had a big heart for people, and I never really truly understood why until I started going to therapy myself and realized that a lot of how my growing up with my brother and all that played an impact with me as well. So fast forward, I end up joining the Marine Corps, which he explains they had just opened up females going into combat roles. So I was one of the first of 3 females to be in artillery as an 0811 cannoneer, which I don't recommend if you're a small person because you'll have bad shoulder for the rest of your life. But no, it was a really good experience. I didn't decide to stay in again because there is a lot of mental health issues within the military, and there's not quite the resources available quite yet to kind of help people figure out how to deal with their mental health issues along with still serving. And I noticed that especially a lot from guys that had come back and had PTSD and stuff. They did not really have that needed time to get over what they had seen and been through, their trauma. And it did cause a lot of issues. So while I was in the Marine Corps, I was like, I need to do something within mental health because it's such a big passion of mine, just from everything that I've been through myself and then everything that I saw from I say guys I served with just because I only served with 2 other girls, and us 3, we did not go to combat. So the guys that I've seen with severe mental health issues did have, combat-related trauma. But I know that there's women as well out there. It's just not directly who I served with. So yeah, the guys, I was like, okay, we need to do something to kind of bridge that gap. And I needed to start simple, so I used to be barista when I was in high school. I'm like, you know what? And I got a couple guys that I served with. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy a bunch of coffee and we're just gonna sell it online and we'll donate it to NAMI, which is the National Alliance of, I always get it wrong, it's National Alliance of Mental Health, but I don't know why the acronym doesn't match up with the name of it, but you can look it up, NAMI. It's one of the biggest nonprofits for mental health, and they do great work. And so, yeah, me and my buddy, we just bought some coffee online and we started selling it, and it actually took off. So I was like, well, damn, like, I mean, I want to kind of do something a little more with this. Maybe we should go start bringing the coffee that we're selling and serve it to people that are living on the streets. My brother at this time now also is homeless on the streets, so I just wanted to feel in some way, I think, a little connected with him still, after everything that we had been through. And so me and my buddy, we went to Wilmington because we were stationed in North Carolina. So we went to Wilmington, drove there with all the coffee. We like made it at the house. We plugged it in the machine, like made 100 cups. It was crazy. We drove there, started serving, and it was amazing. I mean, the amount of feedback that we got from the guys living out there and ladies living out there was incredible. They really just were wanting someone to talk to. And that's what I figured. I mean, a lot of people, you know, bring them food, bring them things, and that's very, very great. But the thing that they liked the most from us is that we were there to talk to them, because no matter what you have been through in life, which I think everybody here has been through some sort of big event in their life that has changed them, some people cannot rebound as quickly as others. Some people don't have the support to help them rebound as quickly as others. If you've ever known someone with a severe mental health issue or a drug addiction issue, you can probably speak firsthand that it's not that easy to overcome. So we're just there to talk to them, and we've successfully now served over 20,000 cups of coffee. We do outreach, yes. We do outreach two times a month, serving between 100 to 300 people each time. And then now we've grown to actually have a coffee trailer that funds our shop, or our outreach. And with this is even more amazing, because when people are coming to get their daily cup of coffee, they also bring clothing that they don't need anymore. They bring hygiene stuff and they just drop it off, and then we put it in a storage until it's time to do the outreach. We fill up over a storage worth of clothing and hygiene products every 2 weeks. And it's not a little like baby storage, it's a pretty big storage. So it's been really great, and I've noticed that even for the volunteers that we get, there's so many, there's a lot of stigma around homelessness and mental health in general. And so when we get volunteers, I always get the feedback like, wow, this is not what I expected. I thought I was going to be in danger. They think that like they're purposely trying to be out there. You know, we all kind of make up things in our heads, because no one wants to walk past someone living on the street and be like, you know, it just makes you feel horrible. So I think a lot of people's natural reaction to seeing that is, oh, they must have chosen to live that life. They did something to themselves to make that happen. But what we need to realize is that a lot of times, no, it's just circumstances where they were, what they were born into. I mean, there's a lot of elderly that lose their family, and then no one else is left to take care of them. People with mental health issues, a lot of veterans. So we're partnered with Warriors Refuge, and Warriors Refuge comes out with us, and if there's a veteran, they're able to take them off the street and bring them. So that's great. So we've already helped, Warriors Refuge just partnered with us last month, and we've gotten 2 veterans off the street. So it's great, yes. So that's it. I mean, there's coffee back there. It is really good coffee. It's from Washington. It's better than Starbucks. And if you ever want to volunteer, we're here in Houston, and we always need volunteers, and that's all. All right.